Hydroponics is an advanced growing technique, which allows a plant to absorb its nutrients directly from the water, instead of using soil as a middleman. However, because it doesn't have this buffer, hydroponics is additionally sensitive to any sort of fluctuations in the nutrient levels or the pH of the water, and has to be maintained a lot more vigilantly. However, being able to absorb the nutrients directly from the water produces much more vigorous growth and production compared to typical soil growths. Your HydroCity bucket contains the nutrient solution that your plant will feed from. It's fitted with a net lid, which sits at the top of the bucket and contains the hydroton, which will provide the stability and support for the root system. Begin by filling your bucket with water until the level rises to approximately 1 to 2 inches within the bottom of the net top. Insert the air line through the small hole in the rear of the net top. Pull about a foot or two of the air hose through and attach it to the air stone by fitting the end of the hose firmly over the intake stub. Use a zip tie to secure your air pump to one of the support bars or an unused venting duct at the top of the tent. Attach the other end of the hose to one of the outlets on the side of the air pump. Carefully drop your air stone into the bucket so that it rests in a central location, and place the net lid firmly back on the top of the bucket. Add a 1 to 2 inch layer of hydroton so that it only fills the bottom of the netting and just barely comes above the top of the water line. Maintaining proper pH is essential for any grow system. Even if the nutrients are available, plants may not be able to properly absorb what they need if the pH of either the soil or the hydroponic solution is too high or too low. To maintain ideal growth, make sure to keep your hydroponic system's pH between about 5.5 and 6, and any soil-based systems between about 6.5 and 7 to ensure proper nutrient uptake. Your pH test kit includes an indicator solution, a testing vial, and a decoder chart. To test your pH, fill the vial approximately halfway with a sample of water or nutrient solution from your hydroponic bucket. To take the initial water sample, remove the drainage hose from the loop at the top of the bucket and pour a small amount of water into the test tube. Replace the drainage hose and add 3 to 4 drops of the testing solution directly into the vial. Mix thoroughly and compare the color of the testing vial to the decoder to determine the solution's pH. In this case, the pH of our water is too high, as indicated by the green-colored test result, and needs to be lowered by adding a small amount of the pH down solution. Always be sure to wear protective covering when handling the pH down, as it can irritate bare skin if it comes into contact with it. To add the pH down, simply measure out approximately 5 to 10 milliliters, or just enough to cover the bottom of the cap. Carefully pour the pH down into the bucket through the larger fill hole in the net top. Wait 2 minutes for the solution to mix and flush the contents of the drainage tube to ensure you will be drawing from a fresh sample of new solution. Refill your testing vial with the new solution and repeat the pH test to ensure that it has been adjusted to the proper range. The ideal result should look about the shade of apple juice. To plant your seeds, begin by soaking your rock-wool cubes overnight in pH-balanced water. Once the cubes have been saturated, remove them from the water and insert the seed into the top of the cube, pushing down approximately a ½ inch until the seed is at the center of the cube. Take your seeded cube and place it in a Tupperware container. Cover the container and let it sit on a countertop for approximately 3 to 5 days until you see a sprout emerge from the top of the cube. Once you see the sprout emerge, uncover and let sit still on the countertop until you either see roots emerging from the bottom of the cube or the second set of leaves sprouting. At that point, it's time to move to your hydroponic bucket or cocoa bag. Place your seedling into the top layer of saturated hydroton so that the bottom of the rock wool cube is just barely touching the surface of the water. Cover and surround with additional hydroton to ensure the seedling is secured for rooting. Maintain the water level so that it rises just above the bottom of the net top, but doesn't cover or soak the rock wool. As the plant grows larger in the coming weeks, fill in the net top with the remaining hydroton to provide additional support. Make sure to always keep your air pumps and any other electric components located well outside of the flood pan. Your climate monitor displays both the current temperature and humidity, as well as your daily highs and lows. Ideal placement is directly above the plant's canopy, in between the leaves and the light. To do this, simply create a loop in the excess string from one of the rope ratchets and clip the climate monitor on so that it's suspended directly below the light. The optimal temperature inside your tent is 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit for all stages of growth. The optimal humidity inside your tent should be 70 to 90% for seedlings and cuttings in the first 2 weeks of growth, 55 to 70% humidity for vegetative growth, and 40 to 55% humidity for flowering. Space your buckets evenly along the floor of the tent to ensure each plant has enough room to grow. Our individually isolated deep water culture hydroponic buckets provide a localized root system and prevent cross-contamination. They allow the plant to absorb the nutrients directly from the water, cutting out soil as the middleman and making growth a lot more rapid and productive. The air stones provide constant oxygenation, which allows the roots to maintain healthy growth while being submerged within the water. Our HydroCity home grow systems allow you to take advantage of the latest in professional cultivation technology for your own personal use. We include tents, lights, ventilation, climate monitor, timers, power strip, pH tester, nutrients, seeding cubes, and everything else you need to grow. All you need to provide are the seeds and the water.